Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Parchment High School's 59th commencement exercise as we honor and recognize the graduating class of 2021. On behalf of the Parchment School District's Board of Education, administration, faculty, and staff, I would like to thank all of the parents and guardians and families for allowing us the opportunity to educate your children. We have been entrusted to educate and prepare these soon-to-be graduates for the next phase of life, whether it is a college 2 or 4 year, or a trade school, entering the workforce, or our nation's military. Parents, we thank you for the trust and confidence you have had in us over these important developmental stages of your children's lives. We do and will always take our mission to educate and serve your children very seriously. I can assure you we have done our very best to prepare your students for all the opportunities that may lie ahead of them. Tonight is obviously a very special occasion, an occasion that our students have waited for 13 years. There may have been some of you, including some of the students, wondering if this night may ever happen. I promise you that every student sitting in these seats has indeed made it. So take a deep breath and/or, for some of us, a sigh of relief. Parents, families, and friends, I would like to applaud you and all of your efforts and support that you have given to these students over the past 13 years. It is through this support and by working together that these students have the opportunity to walk across the stage in just a few minutes. Thank you. I now ask that we stand and gentlemen remove your caps. Not graduates, you don't have to do that. As we honor our nation with the playing of the national anthem by our high school band. Thank you, band, and Mr. Matuzik. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Parchment School District Superintendent, Mr. Jason Meisner.
Thank you, Mr. Stamas. At this time, it is my privilege to introduce our school board members. These individuals spend countless hours at meetings and activities on behalf of our children. They do this every year, and especially what we have faced during the COVID-19 pandemic. Our Board of Education has provided sound and stable guidance to make sure that we can meet the needs of children throughout the year. This job is never easy, and this year the demands became much higher. And our board stood steadfastly to advocate for our children and our community. Introduction of the board members. Mr. Robert Winter, Board Secretary, joined the board in January of 2020. Board Trustee, Mrs. Jennifer Miller, joined the board in March of 2017. Board Trustee, Jill Wisser, joined the board in January of 2021. Board Treasurer, Michelle Ammon, joined the board in January of 2017. Board Vice President, Dodie Leckie, joined the board in March of 2015. And board president John Madras joined the board in October of 2012. We are all very fortunate to have such a caring and committed group of individuals serving the Parchment School District. Thank you.
Can you hear me now? All right. At this time, I would like to invite Mr. Iuni to come up, introduce the first of our seniors to present their speech on looking back. Mr. Iuni.
Good evening. On behalf of the faculty of Parchment High School, it is my honor to introduce Sarah Kelly. I've had the privilege of working with Sarah in various classes and in our kindness committee. But I really got to know more of who Sarah is as a person through our discussions between class, before and after school. She is one of the kindest people who always puts other people before herself. Without judgment or arrogance, Sarah is willing to help any student who needs it. She defines servant leadership. Sarah is well known to Parchment High School students and staff for her many academic accomplishments. She's graduating summa cum laude while challenging herself by taking 4 years of honors math and English. She has taken on leadership opportunities in student council, youth group, Bible study leader, along with being a section and color guard leader in our prestigious band. Her accomplishments, however, are not limited to the academic area. One of her favorite quotes, "Wait for your beautiful things," comes from a letter written by her great-great-grandfather, Sabato Lizardo, to his son. Even though the letter was written in Italian, Sarah still found meaning from that letter. It reminds her to look forward in hope and peace. This quote helps explain who Sarah is as a person. Her kindness and compassion is admirable. She is part of Impact Kalamazoo, Jesus Loves Kalamazoo, Kalamazoo Gospel Mission, Parchment Student Council Food Drive, December, which raises money to combat human trafficking, and helped out in North Carolina after the hurricanes, just to name a few. She was a major part of our kindness committee with the organization how every student would receive one handwritten note to designing and printing the cards, to handwriting a meaningful letter to those students who may not have anyone who offered to write for them. I witnessed her dedicate countless hours of her personal time to make this a meaningful experience for all Parchment students. I know in my first hour class, I had 2 students who teared up when they read their cards. Outside of school, Sarah enjoys photography, baking, reading, and learning Italian. Sarah will attend Taylor University this fall to pursue a career in graphic design while studying professional writing. One of her goals is to work with the publishing field in her future. It is my honor to present to you Sarah Kelly.
Life is full of disappointments. I know, I wanted to start the speech off on a real high note, but if no other class learned that in high school, we, the class of 2021, know it well. As Mr. Iuni just said, I'm Sarah Kelly, a member of what I believe to be the most incredible class to graduate from Parchment High School. We've been through a lot, and today feels surreal. Oftentimes, over the past 12 years, it felt like this day would never arrive. Other times, over the past 12 months, it felt like this day would never be allowed. Life is full of disappointments. For years, we've gone to school every week. We've learned as readers and writers. We've grown as scientists and historians. We've excelled as artists and athletes. We've matured into young adults. Well, at least most of us have. For years, we've worked hard, always looking excitedly forward to the next step, the next accomplishment, the next opportunity. For years, we've looked forward to our senior year. And that, for the most part, was taken from us. Life is full of disappointments. The events that occur during your senior year of high school are supposed to be big, meaningful, and memorable. Losing those events was more than painful. If you reacted like me, you probably spent plenty of nights ashamed as you cried in your bedroom over canceled events, lost opportunities, and forgotten recognitions. I mean, hey, there are plenty of trials people around the world faced this year, most far more challenging than a downsized homecoming, canceled sports, and online school. But before I go on, let me tell you, or maybe just myself, this one thing. Your hurt is real. Your shock is real. Your anger is real. What you expected and deserved was taken from you, and I am so sorry for that. After this year, you deserve space to mourn. But you also deserve space to celebrate and be celebrated. So I'd encourage you, no matter how hard or strange it may seem, do both. Let yourself mourn and let yourself celebrate. I would also like to take a moment and recognize the class of 2020, the class who I was previously jealous of for having such a cool set of numbers to go along with their graduation year, but whom I now offer my condolences to for the unexpected and tragic end to their high school career. I'm reaching out to say I understand your pain and admire your tenacity. Life is full of disappointments. But that's not the end of the story. If it was, this would be a terrible speech. If life was only disappointments and there was nothing else, why keep trying? Why keep fighting? Why keep learning? We all know that there are plenty of opportunities in life to give up because something didn't go our way. We were disappointed when we didn't get the grade we studied for. We were disappointed when we were no longer close to our childhood friends. We were disappointed when we couldn't drink the water in Parchment. We were disappointed when the mosquitoes made us go inside at 8 o'clock. We were disappointed when we were told to quarantine, isolate, and distance. Like I said, we've been through a lot. We've been given countless opportunities to give up, but we haven't. No matter what we faced, we did what had to be done, which is why we're here today. Life is full of disappointments. 2020 and 2021 have been years full of disappointments, but the class of 2021 will never be known as a class of disappointments. The people I'm looking at now are people of courage and strength. They may have fallen at times, but they have gotten back up. But they may have made mistakes, but they have cleaned up their messes. They may have been placed in unimaginable circumstances, but they have come through thriving. They may have been lied to, diminished, overloaded, but they are some of the most incredible people that I know. The people of Parchment High School, and the class of 2021 are not people defined by disappointments. They are people defined by perseverance. They are people defined by community. And whether we've talked every day, waved at one another in the hallway, or this is the first time you're connecting my name and my face. Hi. I'm Sarah Kelly. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for the time we spent together, the lessons we learned together, and the trials we faced, not alone, but together. Life is full of disappointments. Now, because my own words will always fall short, let me read to you the words of someone much wiser than me. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross once said that the most beautiful people we have known are those who have known defeat, known suffering, known loss, and have found their way out of the depths. These persons have an appreciation, a sensitivity, and an understanding of life that fills them with compassion, gentleness, and a deep, loving concern. Beautiful people do not just happen. Life is full of disappointments. 2021 so far has been full of disappointments. But the class of 2021 is, as I'm sure Dr. Kubler-Ross would agree, full of beautiful people. And so to you, the class of 2021, I say, we faced it. We conquered it. We made it. Congratulations.
Thank you, Sarah. And now I would like to invite Ms. Keel to join us on stage to introduce our second senior to present their speech on Looking Forward. Ms. Keel.
Look at all you beautiful humans. Class of 2021, I am so proud of you. Like Sarah said, you did it. You made it. On behalf of the faculty of Parchment High School, it's my honor to introduce Katie Jones. I've had the joy of teaching Katie in a variety of classes, and I've gotten to know her as a deeply dedicated scholar, an upstanding citizen, and a kind classmate. Katie is a student who loves to learn about life and to work towards self-improvement, not to earn a bonus in the grade book, but truly to become a better person. When I think about Katie's contribution to my classroom, I think of her as a solid student who is eager, prepared, and enthusiastic. As you can imagine, she's a pleasure to teach. I've worked with similarly intelligent students. What sets Katie apart from the others, however, is that she is smart without being snobbish. She never talks down to classmates. Instead, she is patient and kind. She works to guide foolish peers with dignity, grace, and a healthy sense of humor. Katie has exhibited tremendous dedication to her education at Parchment High School. She has taken challenging honors courses and has worked hard to be successful at them. In addition to dedicating her time to her studies, Katie has devoted significant time to athletics as a member of our high school varsity softball team and her travel softball team. As a member of our chapter of the National Honor Society, Katie has accumulated numerous hours of service to her community. She has done all of this while maintaining outstanding grades in her classes. When you first meet Katie, you will quickly see she lives her life with kindness. She's an authentic friend, attentive student, charismatic leader, and caring citizen. She reaches out when she sees others in need. Whether it be help with an assignment or a word of encouragement, Katie always steps in without hesitation. She treats others with kindness and respect. In our work together, Katie has always been a careful, hardworking student, respectfully seeking constructive criticism and eager to apply the advice she was given. When I think of students who have left a true, positive impact on our school, Katie is at the top of my list. I am so proud of her accomplishments and know that Katie's drive and determination will lead her to success in any path she chooses. Please join me in welcoming Katie Jones, graduating member of the class of 2021.
Good evening, Parchment High School graduates, families, and friends. It is indeed an honor to stand before all of you today on this extremely special occasion. I would like to start off by saying thank you to our teachers, staff members, school administrators, families, friends, and anyone else that has helped us graduates along the way. We wouldn't be here without your constant support, help, guidance, and love. Today is a day that I'm sure a lot of us never thought would come. With COVID-19 restrictions, shutdowns, and precautions, today and many other momentous occasions seemed completely out of reach at some points in time. But yet, here we are. Here we are conquering another obstacle that has been thrown our way, and here we are finally graduating despite it all. You see, our life is like a book, and today we are starting a brand new chapter in the book that we call our lives. In a few short minutes, our life will pass from one chapter to the next, and we will be leaving all the old ones behind. Despite how hard we may try to hold on to the memories, or how hard we may try to forget them, they will always be a part of our individual stories. One day, our first chapter in our story began with us coming into the world. We were so small and frail, and had no idea what our lives would soon entail. Another day, a chapter in our story began when we branched away from our parents and started preschool or kindergarten for the first time. All of us were so scared to leave the nest, but it turned out to be something so special. Another day, a chapter began when we graduated from elementary school. When watching our 5th grade slideshow, our younger selves were clueless about what was to come. Another day in our chapter began when we went and started middle school. We met new people and formed new friends. Years of growing and learning would soon happen. Another day, a chapter began when we started high school. Little did we know how fast these 4 years would truly go by. And finally, today, we are ending the chapter of our stories that we call our childhood. So now, with our futures in our hands, we will end our last chapter together and begin a new one together for the very last time. This special group of seniors has proven without a doubt what it meant to come together and push through. No matter what has been thrown our way, we have persevered and came out of it for the better. With our new chapters, we need to continue this and show the world just who we truly are. Although we may be starting new separate lives apart from each other and the community that we grew up in, it is still important for us to be involved, and get in the game. We are world changers, and this new chapter is all up to us. We get to write our own story. Regardless of whether you are planning to attend a university, community college, trade school, the military, or go straight into working, I encourage all of us to continue learning, because after all, learning is what has made us the young adults that we are today. In our life stories, we get to choose where it takes place, who's a part of it, what happens, how we act, and how we are treated. Treat people good, work hard, persevere, respect yourself, and most importantly, follow your dreams. As Abraham Lincoln once said, the best way to predict your future is to create it. Let's create a future that we want to live in. You only get one life, so let's make the best of it. In our high school chapter, we have learned that life is tough, but we have also learned that we can get through it. In our future, I hope that we all take responsibility and show off the people that we have truly become. From here, I hope we achieve all the desires we have for our life. I wish nothing but the best for each and every one of you. So, to the class of 2021, in your next chapter, reach high. Work for all your hopes and dreams, and don't stop working till you get there. In your next chapter, do not be afraid to fail. But when you do, get back up. Reach higher and continue to. If I could only say one thing to close out my speech today, it would be to live each chapter like it's your last, because you never know when it will be. You see, your life is like a book, and you get to choose how it's written. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. Senior band members, if you would like to join the band now. Up next, the high school band, directed by Mr. Matt Matuzik, will perform Lac Le Monde by Frank Teichel. Mr. Matuzik, when you and your band members are ready. Thank you, Mr. Matuzik. Thank you, Parchment Band. As we were preparing for the various plans A through, I think, T, J, F, X, whatever we ended up with, one of the main things that we did is talk to the students. I know as much as a lot of the parents that gave advice discussed the need to be at Miller Auditorium. One of the things that has been a tradition at Parchment is to utilize Western Michigan and Miller. But I will tell you, almost to a person, in talking to the students, the number one thing they wanted to be was to be together. The number two thing they wanted to be was do something here. So we are fortunate that this has worked out. It's a beautiful day. But the number three thing that was almost close to number two that they were most concerned about was the next item on the list. And that was the benefit of Miller was the slideshow. Thankfully, through the support of the board, we were able to secure the technology, one of the things that hasn't been lacking this year, to utilize for what you've been waiting for. So without further yapping on my part, we will watch the video presentation of the class of 2021 prepared by Overneath Creative Collection. Slideshow.
I wanna go out like a rock star. Turn up like way, way too hard. Drinking Kool-Aid in a black car. Yeah, I wanna hang out with the cool kids. Ain't gotta trust fund, but I stay lit. And I get used to living like this. Yeah, I want all the shiny things in life. Put that money on me, oh my. I'm such a sight to see. I might be famous for the night. Famous for the night. Paparazzi, I don't care. I hope they stop and stare. I might be famous for the night. I wanna wake up by the poolside. Oh, I guess that it must have been a good night. No regrets, yeah, we did it right. We did it right. I want all the shiny things in life. Put that money on me, oh my. I'm such a sight to see. I might be famous for the night. Famous for the night. Paparazzi, I don't care. I hope they stop and stare. I might be famous for the night. I want all the shiny things in life. Put that money on me, oh my. I'm such a sight to see. I might be famous for the night. Famous for the night. Paparazzi, I don't care. I hope they stop and stare. I might be famous for the night. Be famous for the night. The cool kids are going oh. We're an open flame, oh. We will not be tamed, oh. And we are fools breaking records, singing, oh. We make the rules, chasing echoes, singing, oh. Open the car and jump on the train. Got one life to live and love on the brain. We're ready to go and ready to move. We got no regrets, we live like a fool. I know that they're probably right, and maybe I'm wasting my life. We live in the moment, we light up the night. We roll till the morning, oh. We bump up the low end, we own paradise. The cool kids are going oh. The cool kids are going oh. The cool kids are going oh. We're about to burst away, a little dangerous, oh. And we are fools breaking records, singing, oh. We make the rules, chasing echoes, singing, oh. Open the car and jump on the train. Got one life to live and love on the brain. We're ready to go and ready to move. We got no regrets, we live like a fool. I know that they're probably right, and maybe I'm wasting my life. We live in the moment, we light up the night. We roll till the morning, oh. We bump up the low end, we own paradise. The cool kids are going oh.
do anything for you. Build a castle up around you if I could figure out how to. And I would fight anyone for you. If you got a bone to pick with King Kong, I would tell him bring it on. Tell me what you want, tell me what you need. I'll give it all I got, give you everything. Tell me what to say, tell me how to be there for you. Tell me what you need. 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 What you need. I would buy anything for you. We could move into the White House, I'd just take a loan out. And I would go anywhere for you. Darling, if you're saying pretty please, I would say the 7 seas. Tell me what you want, tell me what you need. I'll give it all I got, give you everything. Tell me what to say, tell me how to be there for you. Tell me what you need. 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 What you need. I can see the look in your eyes. Tell me what it takes to make it alright. I hope that you can see that I would do anything for you to make it through the night. Tell me what it takes to make it alright. I hope that you can see that I would do anything. So tell me what you want, tell me what you need. I'll give it all I got, give you everything. Tell me what it takes, tell me how to be there for you. Tell me what you need. 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 What you need.
As principal of Parchment High School, it is my privilege to certify that the students of the class of 2021 present this evening have successfully completed all requirements for graduation as set forth by the Parchment School District's Board of Education and the State of Michigan. Mr. Meisner and members of the board, at this time I'm presenting to you the class of Parchment High School 2021 for the awarding of their high school diploma. At this time, Mr. Jason Meisner, Superintendent of Parchment School District, will accept the graduating class of 2021.
Good evening. Before we officially certify the graduates in the class of 2021, I know that the last time they may have heard from me in person, in depth, may have been when we were leaving Michigan Adventure for the last time in 8th grade. So I figured you just want to hear a few more words from me. Everybody wants to hear that, right? So I will be brief. And Katie and Sarah, I kid you not, I did not read your speeches, but I didn't plagiarize either, so you just have to listen here quickly. James Lane Allen has one of my favorite quotes. It is, "Adversity does not build character, it reveals it." Again, adversity does not build character, it reveals it. I have referenced this quote in several communications throughout this year, and I have it at eye level in my office to view every day as a reminder. We are all confronted with adversity in our lives. The past 14, 15, 16 months have laid this bare for all. And the class of 2021, our school and community, your character has been revealed, and it is strong. You are all seated here today as a graduate, an exceptional graduate given the adversity you have faced, and here you are. None of you asked to navigate a once-in-a-century pandemic in the culminating year of your school experience. Yet, here you are, with your character shining bright. Whether you struggled, flourished, or were somewhere in between, you have done it. Graduates, commencement is not the end of your story. Rather, Katie, it is merely a chapter in a highly complex and optimistic piece of literature that you, yes, you, get to write. The formative stages of this text is where the foundation is laid. My and our hope is that your time in the Parchment School District helped to build your strong foundation so that you may be able to eloquently, confidently, and with great joy begin to write the rest of your story. Life will be hard at times, but hey, you've navigated a pandemic, and you've made it. You have proven that you can do anything you put your mind to if you want it enough. It is not what happens to you in life, but how you respond that will shape you. Class of 2021, take chances, live every day with passion, love unconditionally, and write your story how you want it to be told. Congratulations. Now I get to the other part. It is now my honor and privilege to accept the class of 2021. Having completed all requirements set forth by the Parchment School District's Board of Education and the state of Michigan, it is with great pride that we accept the class of 2021 who have met all requirements of graduation. Congratulations.
All right, we practiced this. This is your final exam, part 1, okay? Graduates, ready? Please stand. Good. get alphabetical order.
Well, I mean, I'll know when they come out. If she's not here, I'll just give her. Alpha, yeah.
Safi made it. So while they are completing their exam, and their final exam is, can they effectively and efficiently line up in alphabetical order? We worked on that this morning for a little while, so I think we're in good shape. While they're doing that, one of the things that we have done, and it's been a tradition here, a principal before me started that. This year it's been, like Mr. Meisner talked about, and both speakers talked about, Sarah and Katie, the concept of perseverance and what's involved with getting through the year that we've had, and really the 16 months. One of the tradition was Mr. Carpathian would always read a proverb. It's an African proverb about it takes a village to raise a child. And I'd like to recognize those people that have make up our village of Parchment and our village that have helped with these students. So as I mentioned, the following people and/or groups, please stand and remain standing until I finish. So first of all teachers from pre-K through 12th grade, please stand. So all the teachers. Coaches, classroom aides, parapros, any here, secretaries, please stand. Custodians, bus drivers, food service, staff, please stand. Central office, secretaries, central office administrators, school board members, please stand. Any volunteers, if you volunteered in our school on a regular basis or just to come and volunteer, any volunteers, please stand. Members of our boosters, our band boosters, athletic boosters, POPs, please stand. Take a look around. I mean, these are the key people within our village that have, in one way or another, had a hand in making this possible for our graduates. I mean, obviously, parents and families, huge role. We know that. But these are the people that are in your schools, that work with your students on a daily basis, that have helped create and provide the support for your students. So thank you, everyone. All right, without any further delay, it is my honor and privilege to present to you the graduating class of 2021 as they come forward to receive their diplomas.
William Zachary Charles Ames. Eric James Anderson, Jr. Olivia Jane Ankney. George Herman Armstead III. Jocelyn Savannah Ballard. Audrey Meredith Barker. Charles Manny J. Bautista. Sydney Joe Beatty. Dean Allen Berg. Jamisha Stacy Kiana Berry. Fixing her hair. Yeah. Classic. Elijah Donald Brown. Logan Earl Butler. Good job, buddy. Stop right here. Amarje Nolan Campbell. Okay, go up. Jack James Carlson. You're good. Jordan Ashley Carver. Zachary Sean Kavanaugh. Christopher Bailey Chupp. You're good. Amarion Marquel Cochran. Charles Cooper Cremines. Killian Davis Cherniak. Pamela Sue Dean. Zachary Ryan Dean. Emma Elizabeth Dorlag. Mary Catherine Dow. You okay, or are you just blocking the sun? Are you okay, or just blocking the All right. Oh. Sherry Suzanne Dow. Taylor Ray Elstrom. Caleb Anthony Followell. Megan Rachel Forward. Logan Jeremy Franklin. Nathan Edward Gardner. Allison Ann Geiger. James Ryan Gilbert. Hannah Lynn Gillespie. Blake Dwayne Gower. Finley Catherine Green. Tyler Allen Hamaker. Molly Louise Hamill. What? Yeah. Hunter Rockney Allen Hanna. Ashton J. Heil. Davis Benjamin Henderson. Zachary Jacob Hermanet. Tristan Daniel Hernandez Garcia. Kyle Roger Hill. Asia Renee Haskins Moskalik. Liam Ozzy Hout Cooper. You're about to, there you go. Yep. Evan David Jasek. Katie Leora Jones. Sarah Luann Kelly. Samuel Todd Kochmeyer. Owen Charles Koval. Noah Tyler Albert Crone. Kayla Zoe Lansdale. Ashley Nicole Lillard. Chloe Joelle Linders. Michael James Lindstrom. Araceli Lopez. Richard Leroy Lyon II. Jesse James Massey. Madison Nicole McClure. Felix Jade McDaniel. Colin Lee McDonald. Kylie Jade Metzmeyer. Daniel Lewis Miller, Jr. Jacob Bradley Miller. Jason Alexander Morrison. Etienne Terrell Morrow. Thomas Oscar Mosbach. Safi Diem Noella Malaway. Okay, have you cried yet? Have you cried yet? Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Of course. Grace Catherine Muchler. Caleb Anthony Nesbitt. Noah Edwin Niebor. Todd Edward Nunn. Shane Garrett Owens. Bryson Wade Peebles. Michaela Regina Pierce. Charles Barnabas Rogers. It's all right. I will do it for you. Teresa Maria Rodriguez. Ethan Charles Rupp. Harrison Lee Rupp. Shista Marie Schoonhoven. Jasmine and Nicole Schultz. Looking for your family there, or what are you doing? Okay. Trey Jacob Sigourney. CJ William Slusher. Be fun to shake hands with. Ethan Ryan Matthew Spink. Allison Bell Steimla. Micah Raleigh Thomas. Olivia Grace Thorman. Kaya Beth Tipkin. Hannah Alexis Toe. Daisy Janae Tefano. Jacob Isaiah Vanderveen. Chloe Erin Vorva. Good Lord, you made it. Good Lord. Who knew? Luke Matthew Weeses. Jordan Clayton West. Andre Robert Whiteside. Jalen Ryan Williams. Madison K. Wyckoff.
No, you're done. They'll cut you off.
Will you say congratulations?
To who? Congratulations, class of 2021. Miss Molly. It is now time to have Miss Molly Hamill, the 2021 senior class president, come up and lead her class in traditional changing of the tassels. Miss Molly. All right, we've done this already. So graduates, please rise. Yes. Molly, please lead your classmates and fellow graduates in changing of the tassels from right to left. You may be seated. You made it, folks. You're here. We made it through. We've got to this day. And talking to you all throughout the year, we didn't know what would happen. We weren't sure where we would be come this spring. I talked to a lot of you during the course of the year, getting opinions, getting ideas. It's been filled with disappointment, certainly, but also a lot of pride and pleasure in watching you navigate through this year specifically. Families, these students know me pretty well. I've been with them for quite a while. If you ask them, they will tell you I like to give advice. Well, unfortunately, you're still mine for a little bit more here, so I will try and keep it brief, but I got a couple of last little things to say. And like Mr. Meisner said, how impactful the last 16 months were on all of us is each of us, as we developed our speeches, all kind of had the same theme throughout. And today's topic for me is the same. It's perseverance. What is perseverance? Perseverance is the ability to go on when things get tough, when you fail, or when you get stuck. When life gets hard, this is the ability you need to get through these difficulties. Perseverance is the ability to forge ahead despite setbacks and threaten to undermine everything you're working for. Perseverance is a quality that we all need as we move through life and work towards our goals. To say this school year was difficult may be the understatement of the century. This year has been filled with numerous obstacles and roadblocks that were set in your path, personal as well as educational. You experienced constant change in your academic life, virtual learning, face-to-face learning, fully remote learning, fully synchronous learning, new tools, Google Classroom, Pear Deck, Quizlet, Loom. I could go on and on and on. It was all new, it was all different, and it was constantly changing. You also experienced the uncertainty of political and social change and upheaval, not to mention a pandemic that has taken the lives of 580,000 people worldwide. In America, and 3.5 million worldwide. All of this in addition to the normal trials and tribulations of being a high school senior. Every part of your life was affected. It was all new, it was all different, nothing normal, nothing went in the comforting way we were accustomed to. Everything was a challenge and more difficult. Throughout these times, you all experienced failure at some level in what you were doing. Know this, there is no shame in failing. The shame is in accepting that fail as defeat. Nelson Mandela once said, the greatest glory in living lies not in never failing, but in rising every time you fail. This is the essence of persevering, finding the will not to give up and to get up. Well, look around. You're here. You made it. You got up when you fell. You have persevered. Have confidence in yourselves, in your abilities. As you go out into the world and chase your dreams, when you experience a fail, when it gets tough, look back on your successes here over the last year and let that guide you and assure you that you can do it. We are proud of you. Take pride in your achievement. In conclusion, as we look back on this evening on your journey, a journey that started out with hesitant, tentative steps, we just see how far you have progressed. It has been an honor and a privilege being part of your journey and one which has been imbued with wonderful memories. It is these memories that testify to the fine caliber of the graduating class of 2021. I would like to pay tribute to each and every one of you. On behalf of the staff, I wish you everything that you so richly deserve in the years ahead. It has been an honor and a privilege. Thank you. As I cough in your face. All right, a few short things, and we're done. Thank yous. And we always do thank yous, but this year, more important than ever, thank yous. So first, a lady that pretty much organized and put all of this together for all of us tonight, and she happens to be retiring this year. So a special, special thank you to Miss Peggy Strebel. Where are you, Miss Peggy? Hiding somewhere. She's over there. Hi, Peggy. Oh, there she is, Miss Peggy. I would also like to thank Miss Leroy, Miss Eads, Miss Billington, Miss Beisel, Miss Davis, Miss Lamons, Miss Hanson, Miss Hanley, Miss Bishop, and Mr. Hart for all your help behind the scenes and backstage tonight. Thank you, staff members. I'd certainly like to thank all the entire of the faculty and staff that are here and that couldn't make it. Mr. Meisner, Ms. McMahon, and the Board of Education, thank you. A special thank you, because getting all this set up out here was a pain, to Jim Leckie, Doug Foy, and Mr. Mead for making sure our facilities were prepared for this unique event. So thank you, gentlemen. Lastly, I would like to thank the parents for your patience, and understanding as we navigated this school year. Having 4 kids of my own and knowing how the seniors and how that works for senior year, I had a lot of contact from you throughout this process of this year. I appreciate, like I said, the patience, but also the understanding as we navigated what we could and we could not do. This night, this event, the senior gala, the parade, and the event last night all contribute to the collectiveness of, I talked earlier about the community and about the need for the village raising the kids, of working together, school and community, to make these things happen. So I appreciate that more than you could know. It has been a tough year, but on behalf of the staff, I thank you for your cooperation. So thank you, parents and families. All right, graduates, a couple of little reminders. Number 1, do not forget to pick up your diploma, okay? That little thing that you have is empty. Your diploma is in the lobby of the gym as you walk into the main doors of the gym. So you need to actually get your diploma. Don't forget that, important. 2, anything you left, make sure you grab. And then 3, parents. We're on behalf of the student vote, we're gonna do an activity here. We're gonna do the cap toss. We're gonna do it right here. So in a second, we're going to do our little cap toss, but when we are done, feel free to mingle and enjoy the rest of the evening. So graduates, 3rd and final time, please rise. Turn and face your families. Families, I present to you the class of 2021. Fly 'em away. Students, you are dismissed. Stage left.